One of my favorite Bible verses that's been really resonating with me lately is John 12:24, and it says, "Very truly I tell you, unless a kernel of wheat is planted into the soil and dies, it remains only a single seed. But if it dies, it produces many seeds." And I can't get that verse out of my head because it really dawned on me that you have to die in order to produce many blessings. And I know a lot of people when they hear that, like, Don, what do you mean I gotta die? I don't necessarily mean a physical death, but I do mean a mental, a spiritual death. In the sense of you have to leave certain generational curses that weren't yours behind. You gotta leave certain friends that aren't necessary for your growth in your future behind. You gotta leave certain relationships behind in order to truly grow into the person that you're called to be, to produce many seeds, because that's what we're here on this earth to do, right? And so funny, I was on Google the other day and I was doing some research and I ran across this the snake shedding process. Do you know why a snake sheds its skin? Did you ever read about that before?
No.
Crazy. So I'm about to break this down to you. Watch. I was going through the process and they said that the main reason, watch this, why a snake needs to shed his skin is to remove old parasites.
Mm.
It has to get rid of all of the parasites that it's been carrying for the past months over a course of a year. They got to leave that thing behind. And most importantly, the reason why a snake has to shed his skin is because a snake is not going to be able to have future growth in its old skin because it's not able to expand as he grows and gets bigger.
Wow.
He got to leave it behind. But here's the best part about it. When a snake goes through that shedding process, nobody else can do it for him but him. A snake actually has to rub his skin across a rock, and he actually has to bite at his own skin to tear it all apart to get into new skin.
Wow.
And it made me realize, man, that like when you were in that process of growth, when you were in that process of that mental or spiritual death, there's nobody that can help you but you. When I was in that process, there was nobody that could help me but me. I had to look myself into the mirror. I had to get on my knees and pray. I had to deal with the pain and the regret and all the things that I've done in the past, all the generational curses that have been brought upon me. I had to deal with that, and I had to say to myself, no more. I had to go through my snake shedding process. I had to cut myself and say, yo, this is no longer it. And I had to come up as a new person. And I had to say all the things that I once believed in, I don't believe in no more. So that's why when certain friends and family or people that I know talk to me, they're like, yo, you seem to be a new person, because I am. I'm not the Donnell that y'all knew in the past. I am a brand new me. That's why in the reference they say, yo, you're new, you're born in Christ. Because you're a brand new me. In that same process, you gotta die in order to produce many seeds. And now it would not have been possible for me to be Prince Donnell, the CEO of Jumpin' Jack Tax, that has now created an opportunity for over 300 plus people to now have tax offices and then train them to actually have a skill in taxes if I did not die in the past and come into become a new person. To actually walk into my purpose. But you can't walk into your purpose by still carrying past parasites. And those past parasites could be friends, it could be family, it could be your own mindsets, it could be you self-sabotaging yourself. You know, yourself, you doing it to you, inflicting. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't wanna be that for me. And I always want to get to a point in my life where I understand that I'm going into a dying period. This no longer matters to me anymore. I have to let go. And sometimes it's really hard letting go of things because we have this relationship to it. Like, for example, the snake, he has a relationship to his old skin. It's his skin. He got a relationship to that. He was slithering around all through the grass with that thing. You know what I'm saying? But he had to realize, damn, but I got news. But the beautiful part about it, and this is why I love what God does, whenever he gets rid of something old, he always brings you something new. Always. The snake had to get rid of his old skin knowing that he had shinier skin underneath. So now the shinier one makes him glisten more in the sun while he's slithering. And make him look prettier, make him look cooler. You know, he wasn't able to do that when he had crackling skin all messed up and parasites eating all at him. He looked all dirty. You know what I'm saying? And we got to look ourselves in the mirror and identify when the parasites is on us. And then when identifying when those parasites is on us, we got to pray that off of us and say, God, please make me new. And I got to go through any sort of purging process in order to do that. I'm willing to go through it. And if that caused me being in pain, I got to do it. I've been through many painful moments of things that I had to get rid of. But guess what? I'm brand new now. I've gone through many situations to where like certain past lifestyles of me with certain like dealing with women and dating and all of that. And I had to get rid of that. But guess what? Guess what I found so much new and what has been so better? My wife that has offered me, that has planted so many more seeds. You know, so it's like every step of your life is always going to have something way new and better for you. But you got to be the one that stops holding yourself back. You got to be the one that dies and not just be that seed that sits in the soil, but not willing to die to plant new fruits.